All right, so we were reading about Warriors Don't Cry. That's been our excerpt. That's been our story of the week. What I want to talk about today is I want to give you a little bit more of a visual because we've been in our squads. You guys have been kind of more doing it on your own, but I want to give you a visual of what this story was, how important this was. And for me personally, I'm a visual learner. I learn better when it's visual. So, but before we begin, some of the content is, might be a little much because I am going to show you actual news video footage of when the students were going into Central High School. Okay. So our essential question today is, how does a person find courage when facing unfair treatment? Okay. Also, your learning goal. I can explain how Melba responds to challenges and use evidence from the text to show what her actions reveal about her character. Because Melba is the one, Alvaro. No, sorry, Alvaro. Everardo. Stop being very rude. And speaking of how we should be dealing with me as your teacher, the speaker, what should we be doing? Tracking the speaker. What else? Slant. Slant works. Yes. I'm sorry? Be quiet. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Because that's rude, right? Yeah. Alvarado, do you need to move? You okay there? So I don't want to stop and keep talking. All right, let's continue. Go back. So real quick, these are the Little Rock Nine. Right here. There's a picture of them. You see how the National Guard is having to walk with them because it was that serious. White people did not want to have to have integration. Remember what integration was? Yeah. Somebody tell me what integration was. Quiet hand. Liliana. When the white people were against Not quite. You're getting there. But what is integration? No, integration. Yes, sir. They were separated. That's segregation. Right? Because we have white schools, we have black schools. But if we're integrating, what does that mean? Together. Good job, Pierre. Together. So they decide. So now the law has been decided that, hey, look, we're now going to have African Americans and whites go to the same school. Do you think white people were happy about that? No. No. Slide. So, Little Rock 9 integrated Central High School after Brown versus the Board of Education. That was a case that was won in 1954 to say, hey, look, black kids should be able to go to white schools too. We should all be together. The Little Rock 9 faced mobs, threats, and the National Guard's resistance until federal troops escorted them. Can you imagine? Seriously. You're walking into a school and you got people going, we don't want you here. We don't want you here. Mobs of people spitting at you, throwing things at you. They didn't want you to be there. That's scary. I would be terrified. Slide. Okay. Go ahead and click on the link. So I'm going to show you actual news footage. It's about 3.5 minutes or so about when the Little Rock 9.
Yes, sir. Do you think none of the students will show up? I didn't think they won't show up. It's a break on the school immigration. So they have a right to go to school.
Yeah, right there. 2 arrows.
It's easy to believe today that we are an enlightened society.
Hit the 2 arrows.
From problems of race, gender, or economic separation. But some of the most difficult lessons we learn are a result
It's okay. You can
of push us through these divisive barriers. In September of 1957, 9 black school children, the eldest only 17,
don't worry about it.
through such a blockade. They sought a better education for themselves and the opportunity to pursue the American dream.
This is Metro High School, Little Rock, Arkansas. Troops which for nearly 2 weeks lined the sidewalk here in front of the high school, and their orders to keep the college students out have been replaced now, and their orders to comply with the law, which means letting Negro students in if they come in. We were tasked, Robert, and Justin. To the back.
Everything known as the Little Rock Nine. The 1954 Supreme Court ruling in Brown versus Board of Education found segregation is Little Rock Nine. Segregation is in the violence escalated. One schoolgirl, Elizabeth Edward, was threatened by an angry mob and to lynch her.
Push pause really quick, sweetie.
President Dwight Eisenhower intervened in Little Rock.
Okay. The reason why that's a big deal about Elizabeth Eckford, she happened to be late. So all the other 8 were escorted together. They were escorted by the National Guard. They had each other 8. She happened to be late. And because she was late, she had to walk that by herself. No other friends, nobody else. Some National Guard, yeah. But she's walking with her books as they're spitting at her, as they're throwing things at her, as they're calling her the N-word, as they're telling her to go back to Africa, as they're telling her, we don't want you here. You jungle bunny, you monkey. Horrible. But yet she walks there with dignity and grace into that high school. I just had to make a point about that. Go ahead.
And set a precedent for our nation as a whole.
The situation has been created in Little Rock. This challenge must be met. And with such measures are both reserved to the people of the world, they are lawfully protected rights in a climate permitting their free and fair exercise. In the present case, the troops are there pursuant to law, solely for the purpose of preventing interference with the orders of the court.
On September 25th, 1957, the 101st Airborne Division, the 10,000 National Guard troops, escorted the Little Rock Nine as they walked bravely past spring lines and made their way to the classrooms of Little Rock Central High School. These 9 heroes were willing to step forward and in doing so altered the course of history. Marquette University is honored to bestow upon them the Pierre Marquette Discovery Award for this extraordinary contribution to the advancement of education for all people. The Little Rock Nine stand not just for racial equality, but also for the promise upon which our society is founded. Opportunities and equality for all, willing to strive, struggle, and achieve.
So, and that was just a little taste. I didn't even show you like the really bad stuff. But during Black History Month, we will get a little bit more into Little Rock because you know Black History Month. So February we'll get more into something. Go ahead and go back to the slide. Thank you.